Grand Rising YouTube, this is Stephanie, aka Idin Nehasthusaa Gbagba, and I am here to finish or continue to do these shadow readings I had began to do. So yeah, I was led to do shadow readings from a daily reading that I did maybe like 5-6 days ago, and so here we are. Currently, I think I left off on the sign of Libra. So let's get into it. I don't know if I introduced myself, but hello, my name is Stephanie, aka Idin Nehasthusaa Gbagba, aka Tintero, and let's get into your shadow reading, Libra. Divine forces of unconditional love of the highest macrocosm. What does the sign of Libra need to know in regards to shadow work? What shadow work does the sign of Libra needs to focus on in order to ascend to the next level? What shadow work does the sign of Libra need to focus on to remove any blockages that may be preventing them from living their best life? Alright, so we got downcast pride. Bottom of the deck, is this me? So Libra. I mean, they do say pride comes before the fall. Have you let your pride overtake you? We're going to find out. Illumination, simplicity. Simplicity been coming out for everybody, it seems like. Return of spirit, innocence. Alright, let's get into it. So, downcast pride. What is the message? Now, each of these shadow messages correlates to a stage of grief. For this one, it is depression. And depression is anger turned inward, where it begins to gnaw at us and make us put forth a mask of indifference. You know, so we're not being ourselves when we're depressed at all. There's no way that we can be. It says, bending to adapt becomes an excuse for the habit of bending. Wow. It says the eyes, dark with dried blood tears, look downward. They're just describing the card. The face is a dark-skinned, beautiful elf with gold lores amongst her hair. Among her hair is stern and motionless. Roots plunge into her body from a golden collar. The sky behind her is gray as concrete. To describe this card in one sentence, the roots of sadness and grief is deeper than the skin. The only delusion is the gray sky. You know, because the sky can change colors. It's only gray for a moment. But roots of sadness and grief runs deep, you know, and that's not something that, you know, can easily be changed unless you do the work. It says going dark, or the message. It says survival is a direct consequence of adaptation. Survival is a direct consequence of adaptation. What we call adaptation is not the result of a subtle but constantly constructive change of ourselves, but rather a mockery of it. As we strip day by day our dignity in order to avoid conflict with the world that would spread us apart. How can we endure this? Maybe through the power of responsibility, or, we feel like it's our responsibility to allow our dignity to be taken away from us day by day, whether it's with a job that we don't like, whether it's us being in a relationship that is not making us happy, whether it's forcing ourselves to be on a diet that we don't like. It could be any kind of, a lot of different things that we bend over and we adapt. We bend and we adapt just for the sake of bending and adapting and feeling like, so that we can get a pat on the back from other people. And at the end of the day, it's like, why do we care about what other people think? 9 times out of 10, most people don't really know who they are, what they like. They don't even like themselves. So why do we care about how they feel about us? So we shouldn't live our life according to the opinions of other people. We shouldn't bend and break our integrity or our dignity just to make someone else happy. Every person is responsible for his or her own healing. Sometimes we don't use the best part of us, but rather we draw from the ugliest. We survive and bend our knees because we draw out from our laziness, fear, and disgust. We let our deepest roots go dry, replaced by what can only be called a surge of lack of self-esteem. And that's another way that we can be manipulated and have, be put in situations that we don't agree with. Is because of a lack of self-esteem. We don't have the strength to stand up and speak out, to say no. But in the near future, hopefully you will get the illumination that you need so that you can find your voice again. It says we are deluded when we think that we are only sacrificing our pride. We cling to vanity, but we can't afford dignity. Isn't that sad? Honestly, the true delusion is our faith in fall and winter, while we discard spring and summer as fairy tales. And that's true. Most majority of humanity always lean towards the negative, lean towards the barren, and not, have their mind focused on the positive and the good in life. The sky can change color too. As long as we sometimes look up, we can notice. So don't be so focused on the negative. Okay? It says bending to adapt becomes an excuse for the habit of bending. Don't be manipulated. And then the next card, it says, is this me? The stage of grief is acceptance. Acceptance comes after depression, when we begin to bring illumination. And you do have the card here, the illumination card, but acceptance comes when the self-destructive effort or the self-destructive activities of depression fail. Rather than successfully destroying ourselves, we somehow digest these emotions and make them part of our being. We allow sadness in, and by being sad, we express our grief and move forward. So you have to allow the sadness in. Allow it to flow through you, become part of you. flow out of you. You know, you allow it to flow out of you as you express your grief. That way you can move forward. It says, I cannot recognize myself, but I'm still me. One sentence to describe this card. It says, I cannot recognize myself, as I can't remember the road that led me here. How can I see the road ahead? Let's read the message. It says, this card is not about an affirmation, but rather a question. Is this me? Can I recognize myself? Maybe yes, maybe no. But for sure, I lost the road I once had. Maybe because you're too busy bending to what other people's views of your life and how it should go. Maybe you're bending too much to what they wanted that you hadn't even realized, or spent the time that you needed to figure out what it is that you want. But for sure, I lost the road I once had. The last time I stopped to really think about it, the last time I really stopped to think about it, in my heart, I feel maybe like the high school girl that went to prom. But truly, I am now 45, and I wait thrice the time. Thrice. I feel my true self as the kid that wanted to play soccer with the real Mandrid. All this while punching numbers on an Excel file out in an insurance office. It is not necessarily something negative as a dream lost or corrupted. I can see myself as love, the most important thing in life. But actually, I have a very well-paid job that makes me travel, and I sleep alone in hotel rooms. When did we last look at ourselves in a mirror? Do we like what we are? Make no excuses, because the choices which made what we are our responsibility. If an old dream is dead, it's time to dream anew. If the old dream is alive, it's time to go back to it. So look at your life. Are you living your life? Or are you living someone else's life that they, had for you or thought that you should live? So maybe that's the shadow work that you need to, focus on. So, illumination. Let's read it. It says mist rising on Alpine Lake. I think I'm going to get my trusted friend and advisor, Anubis, here to help me out. Alright, hopefully you guys can see that. You can hold the card for me. Maybe I should lower the camera. Okay. Mist rising on Alpine Lake. It says, as the sun rises over the far mountains, mist begins to swirl upward, illuminated by the golden, radiant rays of morning light. In many traditions, mist symbolizes what is called the mystic veil, which represents an entrance point to unseen realms. In ancient and native cultures, mists are associated with mystical and magical inner dimensions. Mist in the mountains represent higher states of consciousness. The sacred landscape wants you to know the upward spiraling mist rising in the mountains suggests that those in the realm of spirit, your spirit protectors, ancestors, and guardians are close at hand, assisting you on your upward journey of illumination. They are protecting you and supporting you. Your spiritual life is expanding by leaps and bounds. Even if you can't see what's ahead, spirit is close at hand. If you draw this card, trust your heart and what you feel more than what you see and what you think, and you will be guided in a wondrous direction. Again, you may be right now bending because of what other people wanted you to do. And this could be the your ancestors, it could be your parents, but their parents and their parents that's in the realm know what this generational curse looked like. And even though your family and friends here on earth right now may not be illuminated to this information, they are, and they're trying to protect you and trying to keep you from going down that same road. Do not allow someone else to dictate the direction of your life, Libra. And then we have simplicity here. So Anubis, let me take that. You can take this one, which is another card of, you know, ancestors and spirit guides coming, because the white feathers usually denotes, you know, communication from the sky gods. It says, imagine a single feather illuminated against a blue sky, wafting a warm air current as it floats to the earth with simplicity and grace. Both Native Americans and Egyptians thought feathers were messages from the sky gods. Chiefs would wear feathers to symbolize their communion with the Creator. It was believed that when one wore feathers on one's head, messages from a human could travel to spirit, and likewise, messages and energy from the spiritual realm could travel back down to the human through the shaft of the feather. Feathers are also wafted through the air to cleanse and purify. The sacred landscape wants you to know to find a sacred simplicity and have clarity in your life. Do only what matters. Release everything else. Release everybody else's opinion. Do only what matters to you, Libra. Can you see me? Scan all areas and clear both internal and external clutter. Rest, rejuvenate, and only participate in what is truly important to you. Relinquish everything else, everybody else's opinions and stuff. Do not delay. Do it now. When your life is cluttered with objects, relationships, time constraints, and emotions, there's no room for spirit. There's too much static and too much stuff to connect to your soul. The smallest amount of clutter clearing can make the biggest difference. Beautiful. All right. And then below that was flow. So let's get into some let's get you a path of the soul card. What you have, what we pulled was 2. There you go. It's encoded. It says, where others see nothing, you see the deeper meaning or message hidden within. That's another reason why you need to just follow what you feel you need to do, not what anyone else feels that you need to do, because you have a deeper insight that they don't have. Okay, Libra? Your guides are working to communicate with you as your intuition and inner knowing expands. Be mindful of all that you are experiencing in each moment. Be aware of animal messengers, cloud formations, colors, conversations of others, and anything else that catches your attention. Okay, anything that catches your attention. You are taking the next step up in awareness and connection to the unseen worlds. I mean, didn't Illumination say that you know, spirit is trying to reach out to you and communicate? And then look, then you got the Return to Spirit card, which is the whole name of the book. Okay, Libra, you have come a long way in your journey. No, it hasn't been easy, but you have made it through. Acknowledge for just a moment the strength and courage that you have discovered within you. See how much you've grown over this time, slowly blossoming into who you are today. This is the card of triumph, heartfelt connection, and mastery. Hold your head high, Libra, and feel proud of who you are. Your guides and angels are certainly proud of you. Your hard work and determination over this lifetime has brought you here today. This is the light at the end of the tunnel, and although your journey is far from over, you have come much farther than most. Drawing this card simplifies a renewal of heart, mind, and spirit. Your spiritual connection to Source is stronger now than it has ever been. Trust in it, flow in it, and shine in it. Your beautiful heart is open to both giving and receiving the messages from the heavens. Your time has come, and it is now. As you did get the in the near future card as well. And communicate clearly is underneath that, which you can And you will be able to. You just got to believe in yourself. You are getting the messages from Spirit. You are so connected to Spirit, Libra, especially in this time. And your spirit guides and angels are surrounding you. Spirit guide, the sky guides are communicating through you. Just focus on your meditative and spiritual practices so that you can continue to develop it. This is a time of manifesting your highest will. It is a time of truly stepping onto your path with confidence in what you are here to do and how you are to do it. It is a time of hopes, wishes, and dreams coming true. The true greatness of who you are is ready to express itself fully. Now you can experience true empowerment, deep, heartfelt connections with others, and a feeling that all is right in your world. You have done the work, so you deserve it. Where there was a time when you may have questioned whether Spirit was even there, now you won't. This is your own return, sacred return to Spirit. Beautiful. All right, and then your divine God. I forgot, I left that up there. That's the return to Spirit card. You want to look at that. And then we have a divine guidance card here. You have 42. Wow. Light body guide. It says, lately you may have noticed some strange things happening within you. Your light body is moving into a higher vibration, and as this shift occurs, you may not feel like your normal self. Again, you've been shifting and bending to what other people want you to be, and you're not being the true spiritual person that you are, that you came here to be. Is this me? No, it may not be you. And then below that was artificial heart. It's like you're not being real with yourself and not exploring and advancing your spiritual gifts that you have. You're a very spiritual person, Libra. And your light body is moving into a higher vibration, and as this shift occurs, you may not feel like your normal self. This guide has come to let you know that being absent-minded, forgetful, unclear in your thinking, or feeling heart palpitation and other strange sensation is perfectly normal during this time of a light body transition. Light body guide encourages you to drink lots of water and get plenty of rest. The butterfly over his heart is a symbol for you to contemplate. Like I said, get into your meditations and your spiritual practices, yoga. He is here to reassure you that you'll be back to feeling normal very soon. All right. Let's put Anubis there, because there's a few more messages to read. Let's bring him bike a little bit. All right, so we also have this card in the path of the soul. And what is that? (31) Joyous. The colors of pink and green signify the opening of the heart chakra to deeper and more profound joy. Embrace this shift occurring within you. As you do, allow for that childlike wonder and amazement to fill every part of your being. You deserve to feel the bliss and happiness. You have done the work. You have made the effort. Now it is time to simply enjoy all that life has to offer. All right, Libra. So, once you let go of all the, everyone else's expectations of you and decide to live life for yourself, man, how the floodgates will open for you. Innocence. Too often we carry around the extra baggage of guilt and shame. Maybe the guilt and shame of not living up to other people's expectations, but that's not for you to do. This card has come to you today because it is time to release these feelings. The universe sees your innocence and is asking you to begin to see too. These long-held beliefs are buried within your core, and they are interfering with your progression, just like, those roots are buried within her core. But no. It's time for you to uproot that bull and, you know, plant your seeds, what you want to manifest. It is time to release any shame you carry about who you are, or guilt over actions you did or did not do. These old values only lead you to question whether you are good enough, deserving, or worthy. What if I'd done more, been more? What if I hadn't done that? Why did I say that or do that? They make you question if you, as a person, are enough. But the universe sees you with the same eyes we see a child with, perfect in every way. As perfect as a child learning through the mistakes they make, only ever really wanting love and approval. You need to see your own innocence, Libra, no matter what you may have done or when. This is the first step to healing your heart and spirit. It is a necessary step in moving forward and claiming your place in this world. The innocence card may also come if it is time to see the innocence in another person. It's important to delve below the surface of any feelings of anger, hurt, or disappointment. Within your heart, allow yourself to see the innocence in the other person's actions or behaviors. This can bring profound healing and even help you to see your own innocence. Spirit is calling you to begin to see your innocence and divine perfection. This one simple act will allow the seeds of self-forgiveness and self-love to blossom within. Let me read that again. Spirit is calling you to begin to see your own innocence and your own divine perfection. This act will allow seeds of self-forgiveness and self-love to blossom within. All right, we got one more card, and this will conclude your readings. We have 6 here in the divine guidance. Advancements. Yes, yes, yes. This is a time of change for you in the physical realm, and it may involve some big decisions, whether it pertains to changing jobs, making a career choice, beginning or ending a relationship, or moving to a new home. You have some choices you need to make. Trust yourself to make the right choice. Your guides are working with you to help you gain clarity and move forward in your life. Stay true to yourself and follow your heart's calling. These changes are definitely for the better, both physically and spiritually. All right, Libra, that is your shadow reading. I hope that helped you in some way, shape, form, or fashion. And I will see you next time. Peace.